Hello Rebels and welcome back to my life. Today is St. Patrick's Day in Ireland, the United States, and many other parts of the world. And before I slip into an alcohol-induced coma from consuming too many green beers... No, I'm not. Seriously, do not drink green beers. They are the worst. They literally just take poor quality beer and dye it green so that they can charge you more for it. I wanted to explore this wonderful holiday that has become all about getting drunk, wearing green, and, well, pretending to be Irish when you're actually not. What is St. Patrick's Day? Well, the answer to that question would seem to begin with another question, which is, of course, who was St. Patrick? St. Patrick was a pretty cool guy who lived in the 5th century, and as you might expect from the title of Saint, he was a Christian, but not just like any Christian. St. Patrick's story began in one of the most badass ways possible. When he was 16, he was captured by Irish freaking pirates and enslaved in Ireland. After 6 years, he escaped and returned to his homeland of England. Now, historians are unable to confirm whether he did so in an epic sword fight in which he swung over a pit of snakes while kissing a baron's wife, so we're forced to assume that he did. After he got back home to England, he became a cleric, and then after his clerical training, he decided, you know that place that I was captured and enslaved for 6 years? I want to go back to there. Which is a very unusual reaction. I mean, I certainly don't want to return to the basement of that Chuck E. Cheese's in Van Nuys. He returned to Ireland and served as a religious leader there for most of the rest of his life, at least as far as we can tell. Obviously, there is as much legend surrounding this guy as historically verified fact. Less than 200 years after his death, he was already being revered as the patron saint of Ireland, which was like a super fast track to sainthood for that time period, and since then he's come to be one of the most important symbols of Ireland, even among non-Christians. Now you might know some of the legendary stories about St. Patrick, like the one where the Druids prophesied his coming, or when he banished all of the snakes from Ireland, a legend that stems from the fact that there are not, and have never been, as far as we can tell, snakes in Ireland. And I would say that that would be my number one reason for wanting to move there, except that there are also no snakes in New Zealand, and I want to move there. There are other legends that are less legendy, but that we still can't necessarily prove. Like, it's said that St. Patrick used the shamrock to talk about the Christian divinity, which is why the shamrock has become such an important symbol of Irish culture and of St. Patrick's Day in particular. Naturally, we have to assume that whenever they found a four-leafed clover, they burned it at the stake. But some of his other achievements are historically verified fact, and even only taking those things that we know for sure about the guy, he had a really impressive run. He was apparently responsible for establishing more than 300 churches and baptizing more than 100,000 Irish people in his lifetime, which is like 6 people a day every single day. I don't even talk to that many people every day, and the people that I do talk to would be pretty freaked out if I suddenly flung water at their head and tried to give them a new name. So he obviously had some charisma going for him. So why is drinking such a big part of St. Patrick's Day? Well, originally it wasn't. The day was supposed to be spent in solemn remembrance and prayer. But as the world went on and we all got a little less solemn-y and a little less prayer-y, any holiday came to be an excuse to have a party, whether it was religious or not. Add to that the emergence of the stereotype that Irish drink a lot and a heavy romanticism of Irish culture, and you've got a perfect excuse to go out with your friends and get drunk on Jameson. A side note on that, the Irish actually don't drink more than any other country in the world. In fact, they're not even in the top 10. According to the World Health Organization, Ireland is 21st in terms of alcohol consumption, falling below Russia, France, and even Australia. But until those other countries get their own patron saints with badass origin stories, I guess we'll all just keep celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy your St. Patrick's Day, Rebels, and remember, stay safe, don't drink if you're underage, and do not drink and drive. I will see you tomorrow with a hangover. Maybe. Probably. Bye! Just a quick reminder, Rebels, if you want to contribute to the YouTube channel, you can become a patron at patreon.com, or now you can give a one-time gift through YouTube's new fan funding feature. Just click on that little I at the top right corner of the video. See you tomorrow. Bye!